Last month, the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention released its annual breastfeeding report card. The report notes that breastfeeding rates continue to rise, and in fact, 3 out of 4 mothers try to breastfeed their newborns. So how are New Mexico moms doing? Well, Laura Migliaccio is a midwife with University of New Mexico Hospitals and joins us with the answer to that question and more. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm always happy to talk about breastfeeding. So I'm really
We're
glad
happy
to be
to have
here
you
and do that.
You know, it's such an important topic, and I want to know first, what are breastfeeding rates in New Mexico right now?
Well, this is one area where New Mexico is doing particularly well. We're one of the top states in the United States. At about 81% of moms start breastfeeding.
Okay.
And of those, about 46% will continue till about 6 months, and about 20-something% will continue till a year. So we're
Wow.
doing really well nationally.
And we know there are a lot of benefits to it.
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit about some of the benefits of breastfeeding for those who don't know.
I know. You know, the thing is, I think most people know now that breast milk is best for babies. It's
Yes.
designed specifically. Every time you turn around, there's another research study or benefit that comes out talking about it. Some of the things we know is that breast milk and babies that are breastfed have lower rates of otitis media, respiratory infections, GI infections. Later in life, less diabetes, less obesity. Babies that are breastfed have lower rates of sudden infant death syndrome.
Wow.
And we believe that they have higher IQ and intelligence testing.
How encouraging that is. So what is it that makes breast milk more nutritious than, more nutritious than the formulas?
That's true. Breast milk is specifically designed for human babies, and it includes proteins that are special for preventing infections and also helping to grow babies. That also has great fatty acids in terms of the long chain fatty acids that help with brain and eye development.
Yes.
And there's many passive immunity and active immunity that comes through the breast milk. So
Oh yeah, we see it. My little niece was in NICU.
Yeah.
She was premature, and the breastfeeding is what helped her grow and fatten up a little bit.
Yes.
And it made a huge difference. So how can a family get a great start with
That's
breastfeeding?
a really, really good question. And I think the whole piece of family is important.
Yes.
The woman, plus if her partner is really supportive of breastfeeding, her family comes around. We know at UNM Hospital we've been starting to do this early skin to skin. Have you heard about that?
No, I haven't
Where
heard about
a baby's
that.
delivered and goes right bare to the chest. It's a very primal, basic thing, but those babies are used to being in utero. It helps regulate their body temperature, it helps their breathing, early heart rate, and it helps to stimulate lactation and helps early breastfeeding. So in a very primal, basic way, that can be tremendously helpful.
That's really important and interesting information. You know, now I know a lot of people that are listening might be thinking, well, maybe it's not for me. I
Yes.
know breastfeeding isn't for every single person out there. So let's be realistic, what are some of the problems that maybe a mom would encounter if they try to breastfeed their baby so they know, what to expect?
Right. Early on, it can be, it's natural, but it doesn't always come naturally.
Right.
And some women really have to work in the beginning. Some babies come out ready to nurse and go. They are on it. They read the instruction manual in the uterus. They are ready to go. Other babies, it takes a while, and it can take a while for them to get going. So having lactation services and support to help you can be tremendously helpful. If you have complications or problems, having peer support, friends or family members who've breastfed to be there in the home, like a girlfriend across the couch to kind of support you, and your partner support.
That's a really important piece of advice. And the Baby Friendly Hospital Initiative is helping to improve breastfeeding rates. So tell us about that, because I think that's really good information.
It's here at several hospitals in New Mexico are looking at doing it, and it's 10 basic steps that are evidence-based to enhance breastfeeding, informing moms about the benefit, helping them nurse within the first hour, if they're separated from their babies, like your friend in the NICU, that they learn how to pump and supply breast milk. So these basic 10 steps, if applied to a hospital, can increase breastfeeding rates and help support mom.
What a great initiative. And I know our viewers are going to want to reach out to UNM Hospitals for more information. How can they do that?
Well, you can call the UNM Hospital line 272-2111 and ask for the lactation clinic.
Fantastic. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much.
Great questions.
Let's get all those kids. Well, thanks to my producer for that. Let's get all those kids healthy right away.
Yes, exactly. Thank you so
for being
much.
Here.